Welcome to Diamond.Standard.Gaming, and today we're going to go ahead and finish up our prison build. So this is the third part of our three-part series, and this time we got some interesting things for you guys out there. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to finish the path up going back to the town. So that's a pretty simple little thing. And then we're going to go ahead and cut in like a little kitchen area for the workers to cook food for the prisoners. So it's going to be a real small little kitchen area off of the right hand side of the prisoner area right here. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to build the control room for the prison. So right now I'm getting started. I am doing the I'm cutting out the area for the kitchen, so it's going to just be like 3 wide by I don't know, 6 or 7 long. So I'm going ahead and laying down the perimeter here, and then I'm going ahead and replacing all these dirt blocks again because this is going to be inside the prison and we're not going to want the prisoners to escape. So we go ahead and we got all that done, and then we're going to go ahead and make it 3 or 4 blocks high. And if there's anything else you would like me to add, we could always add another series or another part to this series. I was possibly thinking that maybe we can do like a wall around the prison, and I did see in a video out on YouTube someone put like spider webs up around the top perimeter, kind of like, I guess it's supposed to kind of be like barbed wire. So I thought that was a pretty cool idea. So maybe we will do a wall in the future with some spider webs, and then anything that you guys would like to see added to this prison, definitely let me know, and we will go ahead and add that to this build, and we'll create another video for you guys to see. So I'm going ahead and I'm just using the smooth stone block for the floor. And then I go ahead and I just fill in this corner here with regular bricks, stone bricks. And then inside the kitchen here, I'm going to go ahead and add some torches for some light. And then I go ahead and I throw a couple furnaces down so that the prison staff can go ahead and cook some food for our prisoners. And then I throw a table down here and some chairs. And that's not meant to be like a cafeteria for the prisoners. It's just really an area for the staff to sit while they're making lunch. And I go ahead and I cut in some windows and I put some iron bars in there, because I think the administrative staff would like to have some fresh air and some natural light coming in. And that pretty much takes care of the kitchen build right there. And then here, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead. This is the pathway going back to the town now. So I'm going to go ahead and make it 2 wide instead of single wide. So I'm just going through here and leveling it up and turning it into a path. And then I'm going to go ahead and add stairs in, going all the way back to town. It just makes it a lot easier to walk on when it's 2 wide than a single wide pathway. And then in a future build, you'll see I actually make like kind of a mountain stream coming down the mountain, and I end up putting a bridge right here because the river comes down right around this spot right here, and I have a bridge that comes down that goes over the river. And it's a pretty cool river because it actually flows the entire way down the mountain. So if you put a boat, you can pretty much like sail right down the entire river, where a lot of times in Minecraft the rivers aren't flowing the whole way, so you end up basically getting stuck, or it turns into more of like a lake. So I thought it was a pretty cool thing. So you'll see a video on that probably coming up in the next week or two. And I think that should be a pretty short build. I am going to go back. I already built it. I'm going to go back and I'm going to actually add in more like fish, because there's some ponds in the river as it comes down the mountainside. So I'm going to add some fish in and some some vegetation so it looks a little bit more natural. And then here I kind of cut out this area. Right to the side there is the mayor's house, so I just cut a little area out where to make the path 2 wide going through there. And then I'm going here and I'm just adding stone stairs wherever the pathway steps up. It just makes it a lot easier because then you can just run, right on the path instead of having to jump to get up the little steps. And then that takes care of the pathway. And then also in a future build, kind of like right up here, I did clear out 2 plots kind of right behind this, right next to the mayor's house and right behind the landlord's house here, where I will build 2 additional houses. Okay, then right here next to this filing cabinet, I'm going to go ahead and this is where I'm going to build the control room. So I dig down 3 deep, I think, and I just, I'm going to basically have a ladder getting down here. And then here I am. I'm playing this back at, double speed right here, just because I figured you guys don't want to see me dig every little block out here. But I'm going ahead digging out the control room here. And then I'm going to go ahead and throw some torches up here in a second to give us a little bit of light. Now I think I have 10 doors total. I have 6 cells. That's a holding pen. That's 7. Then there's the solitary confinement room. That's 8. Then there's the main entrance. That's 9. And then there's the door that goes into the cell block. So yes, there's 10. There's 10 cells. So to make this work, I'm gonna need command blocks. So I will show you the command to get that in case you didn't know. And then, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually have 2 command blocks for each door. I'm gonna have a command block on the floor and a command block on the ceiling for each door. The command block on the floor is going to be to close the door, and the one on the ceiling is going to be to open it. Here I'm just counting to make sure I have the right amount of space. And then here, just like I said, 2 command blocks per door. And then you'll see here, I actually made a mistake. I put the command blocks directly across from each other in this little, across from the little path here. And that ended up not working because I found out when you put the button on the front of the command block facing that pathway, you can't put the button on both command blocks, on either side of the pathway, because I guess one button is actually taking up the space, or is taking up that block that's in the pathway, so you can't place it on the other side. So you'll see in a second here, I will go ahead and fix that. Right here, I'm just going ahead and I'm adding labels to all of the command blocks so I know which one controls, which cell or which door. And if there's anything else you would like to see, any redstone creations or other things with command blocks, definitely let us know in the comments, and we will go ahead and try to make a video on that. I'm thinking of actually making like a puzzle. We did have some videos where we kind of had some simple puzzles. One of the videos, you had to go ahead and place redstone torches in, or maybe it was regular torches, inside of, there was like 4 crosses within the dungeon, and you had to go ahead and place a torch in all 4 of those spaces in order to open the front door of the dungeon and get out. So I was thinking of doing another puzzle video like that. So here I am going to go ahead and just show you real quick. This is what you have to do, where you have to place the torch. So right there. So basically the door, then you leave 1 block under the door, and then that's right where the redstone torch has to go. And you can see when it's there, the door is actually open right now, and when you take it away, the door closes. So what you'll have to do, you'll have to go around to every door that you want to control with the redstone torch, and you will have to actually write the dimensions down. So the dimensions here, you can see is 157, 77, 228. So I'm going to have to step 1 forward, so it's going to make it 158, and it's going to be up 1, so it's going to be 78. So it's going to be 158, 78, 228, and that's going to be for that door. And then I didn't show in this video because I felt you didn't want to watch me go and get every single coordinate. But I basically do that for all 10 doors in this prison that I want to have a control block for. So I went and did that off the video, and I basically jotted it down on a tablet, or an actual paper tablet. And then that way, when I go back here to the control room, I know the exact dimensions I have to put in. So what I'm doing here is I'm starting with right here, cell 1. So I'm going to go ahead and put the command in, and you'll see the command is essentially a set block command, followed by the dimensions of where I want to put that block, and then what that block is. So in this case, it's a redstone torch. If you think this is a pretty cool build, definitely please like and subscribe. And we did do a build as well, a little bit different from this one, actually like a mermaid build the other day. Probably tailored more for, I would think, younger Minecraft players. But yeah, let me know what you think of that too, and if you'd like to see more of that. It's kind of like a color by number sort of thing, and that, at least that's how I did it. So if that's something that you think you might be interested in, please check out that video and let me know what you think. So basically, to open the door, you place a redstone torch, and to close the door, you basically place air in the block. Right here is where I found out that I could not place buttons, directly across from each other in this little hallway. So there's two solutions to that. I could have either made, the hallway, this little hallway or aisleway here, I could have made it too bigger, too wide instead of one wide. I could have also placed buttons on the sides of the blocks, as you saw right there, but I ended up not wanting to do that. I don't think it looked as nice. And finally, the third way I decided to do it was I'll break the blocks on the left here in a second, and you'll actually see I'll zigzag the command blocks so they're not directly across from each other. So here I'm going to go ahead and break all the blocks. And then I'm going to go ahead and place them back down. Break the buttons. I don't know why I broke the buttons there, but for whatever reason I did. And then here I just wanted to convince myself that I can't place the buttons. I just wanted to make sure I didn't do something wrong, and that it was actually blocking me from placing the button. So I tried again here, and that didn't work. So you can see, instead of putting it right in that corner, I basically put it right there, which is, catty corner or zigzagged from the command block across the little aisleway there. Just an important thing to keep in mind. Save yourself some time from breaking everything, especially if you went and already put the commands, typed all the commands into the command blocks, and then you got to break them all. Just like that. And then here I can go ahead and now I can place the buttons on the front of all the command blocks. And also a thing to be aware of is you have to kind of have a space between each command block. If you don't do that and you push a button, it will actually activate the adjacent blocks as well. So instead of opening a single door, essentially every button you push would open, either 2 or 3 doors depending on how many blocks it's next to. So I go here and I put buttons back on all the blocks. And then I go ahead and I go through all these and add in, the coordinates that I need to do for every single block. So right here I go ahead and I test the first one that I put in. So this should open cell 1. So I run over here into the prison block, into the cell block, and door 1 is open right there. So that worked out okay. And then I go ahead and I run back down into the control room. And I go ahead and I push the close button. And then I go ahead back and I check out cell 1 again. And I see that it closed, so it worked out correctly. One thing to be aware of too when you do place things with the set block command is that it will erase things of whatever's there currently in that spot. So it's not so bad with the set block command, but it's more of a concern with like a fill command, because if you're filling a big area and you're basically clearing it, like let's say you wanted to clear an area, so you fill it with air, let's say you're filling 100 by 100 area or something like that, you could end up actually destroying something. Like if you put the wrong coordinates in, you'll wipe out whatever's there. So if you had some building there or something that you wanted to keep, it would be gone completely. So then off the video, I go ahead and I basically set all the commands, I set all the command blocks to open and close doors. And then after I finish, I go right here and I am testing them all out. So all the commands are now in the command blocks. And I'm just pushing the open for every block. And then I go ahead and I run back into the cell block here. And everything's open. So those doors, the cell block door, the holding pen, you can see all the cell doors are open. So good. So I got all the commands right. Something I did do wrong, and I didn't show it here, but I actually miscounted when I was doing it originally, and I thought I had an additional cell. So I think I thought there was 7 cells. So. And then what ended up happening was where I put cell 5, I for some reason skipped it and went past that. So cell 5, I had to relabel it after the fact, and basically where cell 5 is in here, it doesn't do anything. But I thought that'd be something cool. Maybe in the future I could. That's actually that one right there. I thought maybe in the future I could use that as part of a video for maybe a puzzle or something. I can make a clue and say like, push the button that doesn't control a cell or something like that. It could be a secret that opens the door somewhere else. So here I'm going and I'm just closing all the cells right there. Again, to double check that I have those command blocks correct. So I go here and I'm running back to the cell block. And everything is closed. We have a creeper walk around in here. I'm not sure if he's a prisoner or if he's a guard. He's not in his cell if he's a prisoner, so. Alright, and then I go back here now that all worked, and I basically just do some cleanup because we have all these buttons in here for a while I was building the prison so I can get in and out of all the cells. So I'm basically just breaking them all down here. That way everything has to be controlled from the control room from this point forward. So I'm kind of imagining, you'd have like multiple workers in this prison, and you'd have to radio when you needed a cell to be open for some reason. You have to radio back to the control room, and then the workers in there would hit the right button to open the cells that you needed to open. And that is pretty much our build for today. So thank you so much for watching. And again, please like and subscribe. And keep your ideas coming. Send them, post them in our comments, and keep your ideas coming. Have a great day.